guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a natural glam tutorial on my client. For her makeup, I really focused on the skin. I was going for that like celebrity red carpet look. So she has basically little to no eyeshadow, and I really just went in on her skin. Starting with the brows, I used the MK brow pencil in the shade Smoke. I normally get these brow pencils from the beauty supply store. I'm not sure if you can find them online. I'm pretty sure you can, but when I go get them, I just grab a couple from the beauty supply store. For her brows, I didn't really do too much. I pretty much just defined them because her brows, even though her brows are kind of fine, she kind of already had a shape. So I just kind of followed the shape and just defined it, gave her a high arch, and yeah. For concealer, I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. This is one of my favorite concealers, and I'm just going in and concealing anything that I messed up on and just giving her a more sharper, cleaner brow. I really love this concealer, not only for the brows, but for the face too. So you'll see me go in and use that for her face as well. But yeah, so I'm pretty much just following her shape. Like I said, her brows were pretty easy to do. So yeah. So now I'm bringing the concealer from one of her brows to the other just to make them as even as possible, or make them appear as even as possible, because no one's brows is perfect. But this trick is really good for clients who whose eyebrows you have to really draw on. For her, it wasn't really necessary. I just wanted to just for the look and to show you guys. But if you have like very little brows and you have to draw on your brows, or if your brows are really uneven, this will make them appear as even as possible. So I went ahead and started to conceal the top of her brows. I did not use the Tarte Shape Tape for the top. I used her foundation, which we'll get into later in the video. But I just went ahead and concealed the brows. For me, I have to start with the brows. I don't care whose makeup I'm doing. I don't care what look it is. I have to start with the brows. For primer, I'm using this e.l.f. Putty Primer. I am almost out of this primer. That's how I know I love it. I feel like this primer is really good at just giving me a clean, even slate. I wouldn't really recommend it for controlling oil. Now for foundation, I love this NARS foundation. It is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. If you have not tried the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, you are missing it, because it is fire. When I say it blends like butter, it works on all skin types. Any primer that I have used with this foundation, bomb. Like, this foundation is really good for makeup artists because you don't have to have 5-6 different types of foundation in your kit. I feel like this foundation is just it. Now I'm going back in with the Tarte concealer. I don't know why she was laughing, but I'm going back in with the Tarte concealer and just concealing, you know, underneath her eyes, her chin, her forehead. I think I went above her mouth as well, or above her lip, I should say. I don't know why she keeps laughing, but yeah. Also, I want to know I did let the concealer sit for a little bit. I just didn't show it on the video because I didn't want it to be any longer than what it was, but I did let it sit for a little bit. Also, for concealer, I go in with the brush and then I go in with the sponge. So brush then sponge, but yeah. Now I'm going in with the Makeup Forever powder. I don't think I showed it, but it's the Makeup Forever powder. I really like this powder. Sometimes I do this on my clients, but I'm not going to say all the time. I would say it's half and half. It depends on my client's skin. But I go in with a pressed powder for underneath her eyes, and then I go in with the the translucent, like the loose powder. So like I said, I don't really do this on all my clients. I feel like it's an extra step and sometimes it's not necessary, but on her I felt like it was necessary. Now I'm going in with this MAC mineralized powder. I really like this powder. It doesn't give you a ton of coverage because it's like a baked powder. But and also if you are into like a super matte look, which I'm not, you're not going to like this powder because it gives you like a sheer layer of shine. Now I'm going in with this Dermablend loose setting powder just to give her a little bit more brightness underneath her eye, above her lip, just in the areas that we concealed. I'm not really, well, for her I did end up baking, but it kind of depends on the client. But I just want to note, I just want you guys to see how much time I spend on the skin versus the eyes. Just want you guys to see, I really focus on the skin. Right here I'm using the Morphe bronzers. Fire. They're like $10. I think I have all of them. But yeah, get your hands on the Morphe bronzers. Now I'm going in with the blush. This is a Morphe blush palette. I like for my clients and myself, I really like when the cheeks, I really like when the cheeks are really heavy. So what I mean by that, I really like a good bronzer, a good blush. Like I really love the cheeks to be very like heavy and like strong. I should say not heavy, but strong and like very defined. So now I'm going back in with her concealer. It's actually a darker concealer. So I learned this trick from another makeup artist on YouTube. Her name is Yape, the MUA. I hope I'm saying that right. But basically, in order to cheat like a brown smoky eye, you put a dark concealer on her eyelids and then just set it with your bronzer. And look at that, easy. Eyeshadow's done. It kind of kills two birds with one stone because it's like you're setting the eyes, but you're also priming them for the smoky eyes. So you don't have to use as much eyeshadow. So now I bring that bronzer in the front of her brows. So when I do her nose contour, it'll all connect and flow. So for nose contour, I've done all the nose contouring techniques. I've done cream contour. I've done all that. I feel like this technique that I'm doing right here is the easiest, most flattering. So pretty much what I do is I take a bronzer and pretty much just connect the eyeshadow. I go from the eyeshadow that we put in the front of her brows and then just draw a line from the eyeshadow down to her nose. And I know it looks a bit messy right here, but y'all going to see, the magic that I work. So right here, this is the Makeup Forever powder. So this is the powder that I used earlier. So I just go in and I draw a line on her nose. So easy, quick, and to me, it's the most flattering nose contour. Sometimes the cream contour looks a little bit harsh, and I'm not really into like contour really. I'm more of a bronzy girl. So yeah, this is how it looks. And then I just go in and just put a little bit more bronzer. But you see how the eyeshadow and the nose contour connects? It looks the most flattering and it looks the most natural. And then now I'm going back in with the Dermablend powder and then just defining that nose contour a little bit more. Now going in with eyeliner, I recommend a gel pencil for eyeliner. I do not recommend the regular, the regular eyeliner pencils because those make your client's eyes water. Her eyes end up watering anyway, but it decreases the chances of your client's eyes watering. So I definitely recommend like a gel pencil, like something that's really smooth, it glides so that it makes it less, the most comfortable for your client. For setting spray, I'm using the Morphe ones. I really like this one. The one in the black bottle is just as good too, but I use a lot of setting spray. I just like everything to blend and melt, and to me it gives the most flawless look when you use a lot of setting spray. Now I'm going in and just wiping the foundation off her lip. So her eyes did start to water, but I didn't have any Q-tips on hand. So I normally just go in with the Q-tips and go in with her to her inner corner and fix it. I always tell my clients, if you feel like your eyes are about to water, let me know because it's easier to catch it before it drips because once it starts dripping, it's hard to fix. But her eyes ended up dripping anyway. But it was an easy fix because she told me and I was able to catch it. For lashes, I'm using the lashes from my website. Make sure y'all go check out my website. So these I feel like was perfect because they were like wispy, they were long, so it just gave it like a little pop, but still on the natural kind of. They're not really natural, but natural long lashes, I guess. For lips, I used a brown lip liner from NYX. I think it was in the shade dark brown. And then I used the lip gloss from my website. I believe I used beige nude. Actually, I know I used beige nude and then the brown lip liner. And then I went on top of that with a MAC glitter lip gloss. So right here, you can see that her eye started to drip. Luckily, I caught it because I hate when a lot drips down. It makes it so hard to fix. But as you can see, I just went in with like a lip applicator. I wish I had a Q-tip, but I ran out. But I went in with the lip applicator to catch it, and then I just pressed it out with the makeup sponge. So, and then I just went in her other eye just to make sure that one wasn't dripping. So it was definitely an easy fix. But yeah, just make sure you catch it, or at least try to catch it before it starts to drip. Now I'm going in with more setting spray, the same Morphe setting spray, just to give it, the finishing touches. And yeah, so this is the completed look. So now I'm going in, just brushing her hair, fixing her hair up. So, she looks presentable when I take pictures for my Instagram. Yeah, I just, was brushing her hair, fixing her up. I think I'm about to keep a flat iron in my suite at this point because my clients come in there all the time asking me to fix their hair. So I'm about to keep a flat iron, brush, edge control, like, part-time hairstylist, but no, really, my clients always ask me to help them with their hair, but now I'm just going in and just taking some pictures, finishing touches. And yeah, so this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.